Hi, how are you doing? Hope you are fine today. So here is my setup for now. Do you remember the development board that I had before for the Adafruit TFT? And then for this development, I just disconnected the old one, the Adafruit TFT, and just connected this SD card reader and the same pins of of Meso and Mosi and SCK and so on. Just an easy way to connect and disconnect back the old TFT for in case I want to work back on the old version or something like that. So and here this is the Nextion one. Currently I use separate power source for the Nextion since it withdraws about 500 or something milliamps. So this will be a lot of power for the Arduino to be able to drive. So currently I use a separate USB cable for both of them. Each one has its own cable. So just let me plug in the Arduino one. Okay, plug it back again. So everything runs so fine for now. Okay, once the GPS connects the coordinates, it will be drawn here, and you can also change the time from here. Now I made just something like a sync between the built-in RTC inside the Nextion and the RTC in our system, just to make them work together like one team. Okay, so once you can you set the time here. Okay, so yeah, once you hit save, so what happens is that you are currently setting the RTC inside the Nextion together with the system RTC. And once you do the RTC update, the time update from the GPS, it also affects the RTC inside the Nextion. So if we choose, for example, the 1-star alignment, choose any of the stars. Okay, I have added the on-screen messages. So yeah, once you click next and previous, it recognizes the pages, and all these things happens on the Nextion itself, and Arduino knows where it is actually. So the names of the stars are not from the Arduino and the memory card, but they are written in the software inside the Nextion. Everything here is so fine, no issues, nothing at all. Everything runs very fine, as exactly as wanted. Okay, just waiting for the motors to stop. Okay, here we are. So here's the selected object, the coordinates and so on. Let's hit sync, and now it moves to the main screen. I have added the battery indicator and a simple progress bar that changes its value up or down according to the power of the battery. So currently we are tracking LMAC from end. Okay, let's press home. Backing up, please. Step back, please. Same messages, same on-screen messages as we used on the Adafruit one. Yeah, let's wait back until it goes back to home. So all of these data is driven by Arduino. The temperature, the battery power, and the GPS coordinates, the main screen, even the transitions between each from in screen to the other one is done by the Arduino, of course. So yeah, all of these data is driven now by Arduino, and this is super fast, of course. So let's go to load something. Okay, here's the load screen with Messier treasures, solar system objects. Okay, and the custom CSV. So yeah, it knows the pager and which page we are in. So if we just click something like that, when the object is below horizon, it shows this animation. Okay, and if we go back to load, currently I'm moving back to the first page, since I didn't make any new changes in the code, to go to the page where we were in. Okay, so here's everything works just like the old screen, but in a modern way. Of course, there is no way yet to draw images of objects here or the maps page. Just still waiting for a new update to come from Nextion. So many people asked them if they can just make an update that allows the Nextion to load images from the memory card. So just waiting to see, because currently there is no way to draw images from Arduino through the serial port or from the memory card inside the Nextion itself. So here, as you see, the tracking has started. Okay, the altitude azimuth has started too. So you can just click here and stop tracking. You can turn on Bluetooth from here. Okay. Okay. What else? So here's the menu. You can go to the options page. Now you know the brightness and screen time, you know, just changes and saved on the Nextion itself. No need to be recorded on the memory card for next load. But for the sound and the steppers and, you know, fan 1 and fan 2, they affect the Arduino, and you know they will be saved on the memory card for next boot. So all these settings, of course, the meridian flip, the tracking mode, fan 1, fan 2, and so on, all of these settings will be saved. But for the you know, and also touch calibration, it happens only on the TFT, and they have their own way to calibrate the touch screen, so it works super fine. But no need to include a code for Arduino for that. Okay, just let's finish that to go out, to go back again. So let's now start over again. Maybe I'll just ask the calibration screen to go back to the first page, which is the GPS page. In this case, the Arduino will never know where we are. Anyway, I'll change that in the Nextion software, of course. So all the settings are here. As you can see, you can touch any one of the settings, and it will take you directly to the settings or the options screen. You can go back to calibrate the time again, and so on. The issue I have now is in the iterative alignment method. And in this method, as you can see, the names of the stars, the bright stars, are written on the Nextion itself. But I want Arduino to write them in the text boxes. Each one is a different text box. So in this case, there's no way for me now to write each name of each new star in a new text box. The plan is, you know, in the screen, in the iterative alignment method. شباب عشان فيديو. Sorry about that. So in this case, you know that you have you know, you have a method that writes the names in the boxes in the old screen. but it doesn't work anymore with the Nextion. My plan is to write these names on the memory card, and then I write a function that reads each line and put the name of the star in each textbook. I can explain it more in the report page, okay, in the stat page. So here you know that we viewed the options and load and current coordinates. Yeah, it takes its data from the Arduino 2. Okay, here's the other issue that I'm talking about. In the statistics page, I need to write the names of the viewed stars here, okay, of the observed objects, but there is no way for now for me to do that, because if you look back into the function in the Arduino code, you will find a long string concatenated from different pieces, which is composed. The composed ends with a new line ending. Yeah, on the serial monitor and the old screen, it's able to to print the names in lines. But in this case, if you look back into the design page of this screen, if I have only one textbook, so the maximum text chars in the Nextion is only 254. Yes, 254 chars. So I will not be able to write all the names of the observed objects here in one textbook. I divided into I remember 24 textbooks for this space, and I want also the string to be printed in each line in each textbook. So this is the same issue I'm facing now with the iterative alignment method. I need to write each name of each star in a different textbooks. I tried many things here actually to let it print, and my plan was to to print the log itself on a log file on the memory card, then to read each line and and take the data inside each line into one of the textbooks. This is the easiest way I found. Maybe working fine with maybe it will work fine and do the job. But for now, everything else runs really sleek, and the Astro tools, I just want you to provide me the two calculations, the two formulas to just to know the focal limits and magnitude, and the formula that calculates them. Everything else is super fine and works really fine. So the stellar map, I changed the coordinates of the red lines to move according to the telescope X and Y, just like the old screen for the lines. But again, the problem now with the loading images on the Nextion, and this line also still needs some calibration, and I cannot calibrate without having pictures. This is the final page. Okay, and for the night mode, yes, just click the normal night mode switch that we have on the Arduino, and it will turn all the pages into the night mode. Okay, so everything here will be shown in night mode. Okay, no, sorry, that load. Yes, load. There should be something wrong. Options and load. No, I'll look about that issue, but everything looks super fine now. If we go back to the options page, start all over again, So anyway, I do not really like the night mode, and I'm working on a new version now that is more simple than that one. It has white and black backgrounds instead of pictures and so on. So yeah, in the night mode, I asked the Nextion to show the image of Mars, because it's more suitable to the night mode. So I think the data is clear for me, for my eyes, but not on the phone, of course. Sometimes it's somehow slightly different. If we go back to the normal day mode, yeah, you can see if I change any of the settings here, it will be saved to Arduino. Next boot, it will be remembered, and here the sound is off. So everything works as expected and is is working super fine. For this battery icon, I'll just set a new way to I'll just set a new variable and ask the progress bar to be according to this variable. And once the battery limit changes in Arduino, I'll ask it to change the variable, not changing the progress bar itself, because as you see, once I move from one screen to another, it just waits for the the part in the code that we call regular updates. So in this way, it waits for it for the Arduino to give it the value again. So yeah, all these issues have solutions actually. But the problem now is the page of the logbook. I need to load the log here. Okay, I want to find a way to print the log on the memory card. I have tried many times, different ways. I know, and those I didn't know before, to print the composed the composed string into the memory card, but it never worked for me. It just prints the last object only. Okay, only one line all I get, and no new lines. Actually, I tried different ways. Yeah, the Arduino, the library, the memory card, everything I have, they have the ability to print in multi-line, but working with the composed string is so difficult for me actually, because it never prints in many lines, just like it does on the old screen and in the serial monitor. It's totally different in the memory card, and I could not achieve that actually. So I'm stuck in that, but everything else is working as expected. Okay, thank you so much, and hope you are fine today, inshallah. Okay, bye.